Once again, it's the Florida Sundogs 21, the New York Enforcers 14 at halftime, and there is absolutely no question the sudden dramatic return of Posse and Suzanne Chalene has certainly buoyed the Florida Sundogs through a 7-point lead over the New York Enforcers, obviously one of the premier teams of the World Skating League. Certainly tremendous kudos to the play of Denise Loden, and boy, I'll tell you, Lee Rehrman, Sam Martin has really stepped it up big for Florida.
Well, earlier in the game, I said the honeymoon's over when the Enforcers were only down by 2, but somebody forgot to tell Sam Martin, and in that second period, Ken, he was a one-man wrecking crew. We saw him similar to what he did earlier in the season. We see these New York Enforcers, the 5-borough lineup. Well, Sam Martin's a cab. He's going through Manhattan. A little bit of the Bronx. There he is, over there. Oh, my goodness. And at the end there, Ken, we're even going to see a little Staten Island ferry. Sam Martin, man on a mission. This 5-borough lineup has always had trouble with him. They forgot to tell him the honeymoon was over.
There's no question Sam Martin using his speed and agility to avoid the physical play of the New York Enforcers. As I said a moment ago, the Florida Sundogs needed a lift. They have lost Debbie Rice indefinitely, perhaps for the entire season, with a wrist broken in 3 places. It was a sudden and dramatic return for Posse and Suzanne Chalene, now the newest American citizens. While all this was going on, our staff was putting together a feature on just what has transpired as of late with Posse and Suzanne Chalene, now American citizens.
This was the scene earlier today as Judge Carol Madison gave Posse and Suzanne Chalene the oath of U.S. citizenship. It was a triumphant end to a saga that began when Mark D'Amato presented these documents.
Posse and Suzanne Chalene are indeed illegal aliens.
The papers had the Chalenes on the verge of imminent deportation until a patriotic soul stepped forward from the crowd.
Well, what happened was I saw this suspicious guy, and you don't forget a guy who looks like that.
This security camera footage convinced the INS that the papers had been faked by D'Amato himself, opening the door for the Chalenes' new citizenship.
It's no doubt the happiest day in my life. We are so proud to be American citizens.
Their nightmare has ended and turned into a dream, the American dream.
There he is, Mark D'Amato. Hey, Mark D'Amato, you've been hiding from me the whole first half. Now we saw the piece. I knew it. You falsified the documents the whole time. Helsinki, Sweden. Don't you know your geography?
All right, listen. I want an attorney here. I'm not talking until I get an attorney.
You know, as a broadcaster, you like to try and stay as unbiased as possible, but I have to say, having the opportunity to get to know Posse and Suzanne Chalene, they are really terrific people, and I, for one, am very glad that they are back in this country. Lee?
Well, absolutely. We've talked all season, or actually since Mark D'Amato started this nightmare for the Florida Sundogs, for Suzanne and Posse Chalene, and of course for the World Skating League, for crying out loud. They're great people. They're family people. It's a tribute and an honor to have them not only back with the Sundogs, back in the World Skating League, but back in this country permanently.
And we can't forget, we're at halftime of a very key game here in the World Skating League. The Florida Sundogs leading the Enforcers 21-14. Buddy Atkinson, I was a little surprised the way the Sundogs have come on, but I think it all started back in that women's first period. A couple of unlikely jammers put some big points on the board. Take us through it.
Really did, too. And it's a broken play. Gunn should have been moving in here a little bit closer and inside. She didn't. What happened, she has to take this route out here, which sets her way in. The two ladies moved through the inside. Kathy and Lindsay are going to score big, and I mean big. And now we've got Gunn having to scoot back down in behind them, and you can see right away she scored, but Lindsay and Kathy scored big.
You know, Buddy, we have talked about it so many times, the philosophy of the Florida Sundogs. Teamwork, team unity. We would obviously have expected it to be Denise Loden and certainly the return of Suzanne Chalene, but here's a prime example. It's Kathy Evangelo and Lindsay Francis that really lit the fire under the Dogs.
This team has a lot of excellent players that step up when necessary, and I'll tell you something, I'm amazed at how versatile all of them are.
One thing we have learned, though, the Sundogs might be up by 7 points, but you can never, ever count out the New York Enforcers. We'll be back with the second half right after this.